Hi, YouTube. So I don't know if many people are aware of this, but in the US this year, the first 3D printed, permitted, permitted 3D printed house was constructed in Texas. I will put the link below. Anyway, what does this mean? Well, first of all, it means your 3D printed house is pretty much going to be worth about as much as the land, basically, because pretty much they're getting the cost down, they said, to about $4,000 for, oh, I don't know, maybe a 600 or 800 square foot home. So that's like an average size 2 or 3 bedroom, 800 square foot home, say, maybe 3 bedroom, for about the cost of land, because $4,000 is pretty much nothing. That's like, nowadays, that's like what, like you can't even hardly buy a roof for that much, right? So yeah, what they are these, like, there's these crane, they deliver the cranes, or these little cranes, and they're on a computer that's programmed to how to design it, and it's full of concrete, and it just goes like this back and forth and builds the wall. They're made out of concrete, some kind of concrete stuff. And apparently the one they just built in Texas, they're going to use it as an office. The company itself built it for the company, and they're going to use it as an office just to see how it does. But it looks like there's like almost no seams or anything. It looks like the only place where there'd be seams is, well, maybe where they put the roof on. I think the roof they actually built, they can actually 3D print the roof too, but on the one, I don't know, for whatever reason, the one in Texas, they built it out of wood. But it looks like about the only place where there's seams is where that roof would be and where the windows are. And they do have to have people come and install your windows, and I guess your electricity and your plumbing and things like that. But still, I mean, if you could get a house built for around $4,000 compared to what is it now, I would imagine that you probably couldn't get a house built for much less than, I'm saying, like an 800 foot house would be what, maybe over 200,000. That doesn't even include the land. Okay. I don't know. I just know, well, I had an estimate to have a small, like, 1 car garage built just last year. I didn't have it done because I thought it was too much money, but they wanted something like 13 or 14 thousand. I mean, come on, just for a little 1 car garage. Crazy. So I'm thinking, well, if I really want a garage, just wait a few years and have a 3D printed one, a nice big, thick concrete 3D printed garage. You'd probably get that done for what, like $1,000 maybe, maybe a couple thousand. I don't know, but yeah, that would be great. I don't really need a garage that bad, but yeah, it'd be a lot better than spending, almost what, 15,000, pretty close to it. Crazy. Just to put your car in, just put, just junk in, to basically to collect junk. But anyway, not to get off topic. Anyway, so I was thinking, what would you do if you knew this was going to happen? Like, pretty soon. I mean, it's not going to happen tomorrow. Okay. It's probably, first of all, this company has to, like I said, they're testing it out now. They created an office, and they're just going to see how it holds up and everything. But apparently they're going to El Salvador, and they're going to create whole communities of nothing but like hundreds and hundreds of 3D printed houses. And then after that, after next year, that's when they'll start, most likely, if it all goes well, they will start building them here in the US. So think about it. How would you feel? You live in this community, and your house, let's say you paid a lot of money for your house, and you have a huge mortgage, right? And your interest rates are huge, and you're paying all this money. How would you feel if just a few miles up the road, whole communities of 3D printed houses were being built at just a fraction of the cost of what you paid for your house? Wouldn't that piss you off? Wouldn't that make you just like want to stop making your mortgage payment and just say forget about it and just go buy a 3D printed house, on a nice little lot for like a fraction of, just a small fraction of a cost of what your house would be? wouldn't that make you angry and just want to just, say forget, like, why am I, like, people would be thinking, why am I spending, like, $2,000 or $3,000 a month on this damn mortgage I'll never get paid off on this crappy house, right? When I could go live rent free because it just pay cash. Maybe it would only cost you what, like 4 or 5 thousand for the house, and maybe another, I don't know, I'm just guessing 20,000 for the lot, maybe 30,000 for the lot. So, maybe you spend 40,000, 50,000, and you have a whole big lot to yourself with a nice house, and it's weather resistant, stays really cool in the summer, stays really warm in the winter. It's concrete. It's really, durable, and no termite problems, no, things falling apart or siding, nothing like that, because it's concrete. So yeah, what would you do? So this is what I think. I think the banks know this. Why else are they going to keep raising and raising and raising rates? It's because they want to push prices down, 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 way down, because they have to make houses compatible with these 3D printed houses, you see. Because again, if they don't, what's going to happen? People are going to stop paying their mortgages. They're just going to say, forget it. Why pay all this money? It's something that and you can just go buy for cash, a 3D printed house. I mean, yeah. So maybe that's why they're trying to, like, crash the housing right now, because again, we don't live in a free market, you see. The controllers have to have the control. They need to be the ones that control everything, because they don't want to be the ones that are left empty-handed, you see. So what they'll do is they'll just keep raising rates, and pushing housing prices down. And then that way, when you're left sitting there with a huge, mortgage and or payments, that is, and you're looking at your house and you're like, well, damn, my house is only worth like it was worth. Let's say, I'm just talking like in the future. Let's say like 20 years from now. Well, damn, 20 years ago, my house, it was worth like $500,000, and now interest rates have skyrocketed over the last 20 years, that I can only maybe get you. Then you'd only maybe be able to get 100,000, and then you look across the way and you see all these 3D printed houses, and and they're selling for like maybe 40 or 50, 60,000, and you'd be like, well, I guess it's not that bad. I mean, at least my house is made out of wood, and well, like, maybe you just like, you'd have to like convince yourself somehow that your house is just better or something, because otherwise, I don't know. Well, you get the picture. Take care.